Hey guys, it's the TheNinjaBun here, and today we are going to be doing a tutorial video on RimWorld. So, let's get straight into it. I advise you to go on the top face. It is the probably near the easiest. This would be the easiest, but we do want some kind of a little bit of aggressiveness. But when you start, what you want is you want to make sure that they are incapable of nothing. And all of these have at least a number from 1 to 1 to 20 in it. Alright, so these are our 3 people that we're going to have from the start. This is the size. You can choose a giant map size if you want, but it's pretty stupid. You know, it makes it very laggy. But anyway, let's get into it. So when you start the game, this is what's going to pop up, and it is the first menu. Pretty much says what has happened, the backstory of how you got there, and everything about that. 4 escape pods will drop, 3 will be a colonist, and 1 will be the food. So I've just hit pause with my spacebar, and as you can see there are red X's on those. What you want to do is you want to double click all of those and press F, which means these aren't forbidden anymore. Your colonists can go and pick those up and haul them off to somewhere. But you want to do that with all of your stuff, everything that's got a red X on it in that little one area that you start. But because there isn't a place to haul them off to, what you want to do is you want to have a little scout around the area. Where do you want to live? Okay, so what I want to do is I want to find out where I'm going to live. So I'm going to live right over here. So what you want to do is you want to make a zone by going to your architect menu, clicking on that. It will come up with a list of sub-menus saying what they are. So zones, they create the zone. What you want to do is you want to start with a stockpile somewhere and a growing zone pretty close to it. The growing zone can be set to grow potatoes and various other things such as trees and things like that, and the stockpile will just haul everything that it allows. So you've got your resources, you can also get your items there, weapons there, your clothes. Chunks are the rock looking things like that, and sometimes corpses such as animal corpses and human corpses. Hit space again, your guys will show themselves and get to work. But what you want to do is you want to find out who is your best shot. So you are a 3, you pick up this pistol. You are a 3, you pick up that pistol. No, that's a Lee Enfield. So I want you to go and pick up the Lee Enfield, and I want you to pick up the pistol. Okay, so I just assigned my guys to pick up the weapons, and now what you want to do is you want to hit overview. Overview will show you a list, or not a list, but like a selection of things that will show who does what. And obviously the settler will do everything that has ticks, janitor will do everything that has ticks, and the miner will do everything that has ticks. And the lighter the box, the more skilled they are in that subject. So what you want to do at the start is make sure that they do all the hauling as soon as possible. As I click manual priorities, all the ticks disappear, and that means that you can manually set what you want them to prioritize on first. Just by right clicking and left clicking will change the numbers, 1 being first priority, 4 being last priority, and nothing mean nothing. So all these guys are going to haul all of this into here. Okay, so the first things that will start as soon as you start a game is these. Colonists need beds. They don't need beds straight from the get-go. What you can do is get them some sleeping spots such as these, and whenever they are tired they'll just go and sleep on there. But they do have a negative effect. Because they're pretty much sleeping spots, all they are is if you lay it on the ground and put your hands on your head, pretty much. So it's not the best, but it is an easier way to start. And the other thing is build a room. So what you want to do is you want to go to structure, and you want to hit wooden wall, because pretty much you start with wood, and you start with a limited amount of wood, limited amount of metal, which is displayed up in the left corner of your screen. But wood is kind of just always around. You can grow it yourself, and metal can be used for other things as well. So you want to get a basic structure plan going on. Make sure it has a door, and this will serve as your main building for now. Also, set out some solar generators. So we'll have one there and one there, meaning these will catch the light and go into this room and power up this room. I reckon these guys have hauled enough now. Let's make it so the settler does majority of the construction. There's a 1, hauling is 2, hauling is 2, hauling is 2. Miner is definitely going to be the miner, of course. All of these guys can do a bit of construction. Woodening, don't need that right now, but who knows. And yeah, so janitor, you are going to do our growing. You're going to do the growing. Just because, actually no, let's change this over a bit. Settler, you're doing growing, and you can do construction sometimes, but construction will be handled by our janitor. But yeah, so this is basically the basics of what you need. Plant cutting, you need plant cutting. All of them, if you can, make them plant cut. Cooking is also a pretty good priority to have because they will cook food. Taya over here is starting building our little shack, little building type thing, and she is going to keep building until she either gets tired or runs out of resources. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you have a building, and you want to go to power. So in power you'll set up your solar generators. You also want to get some batteries going in like there, and you also want to go to production and set up a nutrients dispenser, and this will serve as your main source of food. These guys will be able to eat, they'll have somewhere to sleep, but it's a pretty basic place to sleep and things like that. So these guys have already finished off everything they were assigned to do, so they move on to the next task. Let's go ahead and build them a new structure and go wooden wall from here across like this, maybe even smaller because it is going to be a very basic room for now. We don't need this one right here right now, and as you can see they were already onto it, already building that wall. What I forgot to do is actually build a doorway, so if we put a doorway in over here, cancel this one, this will serve as our main bedroom. So you click on furniture, you can find your beds. Let's go ahead and put in some beds in here like this. E and Q to rotate objects. If you don't want to place something and it's still in plan mode, click cancel. If it's already been built, just deconstruct and you'll get some of it back. You won't get the total amount back that was used, but you get some, and some is better than none. Also, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you get rid of these, and you can also put another sleeping spot in here, and when you do, it will serve as your first prisoner bed. Once you think you've got your structures up and you're all good, I don't know why you're sleeping out there, and I can't remember building that one, but I want you to get out of bed. So to get them ready for war and things, just press R when you click on them. Double clicking on them mean that you can assign them all to draft together or undraft together. But I want you to destroy this bed right now, because I don't want you sleeping outside. You will complain to me later if you slept outside. And obviously here's your alerts. This is what's happening. This is missing something, so this obviously is missing, like say wood or some metal, but obviously we've used all our stuff. So what you want to do is you want to go to orders, and you can order them to mine out all of this goldy sort of colored stuff, which is the metal, or you can chop some wood. You can harvest food that isn't in your growing area, if I can find some. So plants like this, that's food. Plants like that is food. You can also cut away plants such as those, and yeah, and you can also hunt. So when you are building your stuff, what you want to do is you want to add your home region. Home regions will automatically be assigned now in the Alpha 5 update, and what they serve as is, all they do is pretty much allocate a region where if there is a fire in it, your colonists will go crazy and beat out the fire. They will drop everything they're doing and go and beat out the fire. But if it's outside the blue area, then they won't care. So as you can see, we have got our base kind of set up right now, and that is pretty much all you need to know from me. After that, you guys can figure it out yourself. It isn't too hard. You can build research stuff, and what I would suggest to you is hydroponics first, or the picks, just to start getting it going, and then slowly work your way through whatever ones you want. So cremation is for all the raids, and after you kill them you can get rid of them instead of putting them into graves. You've got gun turret cooling, which is quicker and all that sort of stuff, but I'll leave that up to you guys to decide. Also, a quick note, if you go to your overview, you've got your history of the total wealth of the amount of stuff that you can kind of use and things like that. You can also see your population and how that's going, and you can also see your colonist mood and how slowly it's dropping. But that's all I really want you guys to focus on. You also have factions that kind of sometimes help you out. Others are hostile, some just don't care but aren't enemies of you, and some are just your friends, so your allies. And that is pretty much it. There aren't much other things that I needed to cover for it, but anyway guys, thanks for watching. Bros, this is pretty much for you guys, just so you know what you guys are doing. But yeah, if this helped anyone, awesome. If it didn't help you at all, meh, I don't mind. It just, you know. But yeah, so thanks guys. I will see you guys soon, and have a great day.